The Garten of Banban is back, this time taking place on a journey back in time to uncover the character's origins and how everything unfolded. The game begins from the perspective of a protagonist who wakes up in what appears to be an analysis room. Orientated, with no memory of how he got there, the protagonist is faced with a screen that asks a series of cryptic questions, implying they have just been experimented on and transformed into a mascot. The protagonist's confusion aligns perfectly with the organization's expectations, as test subjects typically experience memory loss and disorientation after their procedures. The monitor coldly explains that an employee will soon arrive to escort the protagonist and familiarize them with their surroundings. Moments later, the door opens, revealing none other than Banban, visibly younger and smaller than in previous installments, with fresh scars on his back from his own recent operation.
Wow, your room is so much cooler than mine. You've got a table and a plant and even some shelves.
Banban, also known as Test Case 6, leads the protagonist to the first gate, explaining basic tasks they need to complete. The characters are only referred to by their case numbers, Banban being Subject 6, a stark reminder of their dehumanizing treatment. They soon arrive at the ocean playground, where they meet Case 7. Unlike Banban, is cold and dismissive, having not yet accepted her fate as a monster.
That's the guy? As if one of you wasn't enough. I only speak with those that are exceptionally smart and are as interested in knowledge as I am.
As the protagonist explores further, they encounter the blobs, the original test subjects stripped of any unique features or abilities. These helpless, limbless blobs were the organization's first attempts at transformation, discarded once they deemed failures. Despite their grim existence, the blobs warmly welcomed the protagonist. After helping them with various puzzles, a task made more challenging by the blob's lack of limbs. At one point, the protagonist solves a puzzle and is rewarded with a guitar, an ironic and cruel prize for a creature without any hands. This moment underscores the organization's empathy towards their suffering. Hoping to impress Case 7, the protagonist retrieves a bow after another puzzle and offers it to her. Surprisingly, this wins her over, quickly making the protagonist popular among the mascots, much to Banban's jealousy at his own attempts to befriend Case 7 have constantly fallen flat. Banban, clearly frustrated, organizes a game of hide and seek as a way to welcome the newcomer. However, the playful atmosphere shatters when Syringin bursts into the room.
Oh no. I'll talk to him.
Grabbing one of the terrified blobs without any explanation, Banban reveals that those taken by Syringin are never seen again. It's a grim reality, and they're all running out of time. Syringin hints at a secret plan. Every single person here is being replaced.
You've seen enough for one day, not to mention it's hibernation time anyway. Head to your room and I'll come check on you when I can.
Later that night, the protagonist is woken by loud knocks at the door. Ignoring the warning, the protagonist opens the door to find Banban, flashlight in hand and breaking curfew.
Did I scare you?
As they approach the red door, Banban realizes he lost his keycard. Just then, Truffletooth, Subject 43, a true friend to Banban, appears. Truffletooth uses his special bioluminescent power to light the way, guiding the group to search for the keycard. When the door jams, Banban calls Nap Nap. Test Subject 8, surprisingly friendly in this version, opens the door from the other side, a stark contrast to the fearsome character he later becomes. Finally, they reach the main gate, where Banban reveals the surprise he's been talking about. However, the gate requires 5 mascots to simultaneously press buttons to open.
I thought he said it was all ready to open. The surprise is right behind this door, but it seems we need more bodies to get it open. There's you, me, and 8. Truffletooth's weight probably isn't enough to push the plates down enough.
The protagonist sets out to find 2 more test subjects and discovers Bitter Giggles, Case 17, tied down in a makeshift operating room with tranquilizing gas leaking into the air. After shutting off the gas and freeing Bitter Giggles, they also find a kitty, or Kittysaurus, in a smaller, less aggressive form. Once all 5 mascots stand on their respective buttons, the gate creaks open. But the celebration is short-lived. A monstrous creature known as Remamba lunges at the protagonist. In a self-act, Nap pushes the protagonist aside and is swallowed by the beast instead. Bitter Giggles, shaken, reveals that the surprise was compromised, most likely because the organization knew the mascots were conspiring against them. Despite the danger, he begs the protagonist to save Nap. The group chases the Remamba back to the playground, where it attacks Bitter Giggles and Kitty. Banban shouts for the protagonist to run. Suddenly, the whole ground collapses beneath him, sending them plummeting into a dark cave system. Lost and confused, the group gathers their courage and vows to rescue their friends. Truffletoot once again lights the way as they navigate the pitch-dark tunnels. The Remamba resumes its pursuit, targeting the protagonist. After reaching a dead end and thinking it's the end, until Banban appears, and in a moment of extraordinary strength, battles and ultimately defeats the creature single-handedly. Banban explains maybe what they say about him is true, that he might be a monster, but regardless, he tries to be a good person.
Maybe they're right about me. Or maybe they're not. Do you happen to be in the mood for another round of hide and seek?
In a moment of unexpected vulnerability, Banban takes the protagonist into a hiding spot inside a closet, explaining that it would be a perfect place to hide, as no one would think to look for him there after what happened. It becomes clear that Banban is trying to save the protagonist's life, using the chaos of the day's event as cover. He hints that maybe the organization will believe the protagonist has perished, giving him a chance at freedom. It's a clever plan, even though Banban presents it as a simple game of hide and seek. He reassures the protagonist that everything will be alright, hoping he will escape and one day find freedom. Not just for himself, for the other cases too. Banban reflects on the fate of the blobs, who were repeatedly snatched and tortured by the Syringin. Sadly, he admits there's little hope for them, which is why they ultimately stood up against their oppressors, fighting back the only way they knew how. This emotional chapter provides deeper insight into the characters' origins and their struggle for survival. It leaves the player with a powerful cliffhanger, ending with a tease for Chapter 8, which promises even more revelation and intense moments. That wraps up our video. What do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let's keep the discussion going. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.